If you have not seen the destruction of a hurricane, it is like nothing I have ever experienced. This is part 47 of me sharing my story on here because it's so much easier than writing another book. Our trailer seems to be intact, but it had like flown like a kite on those tie downs. And like there was water inside of it because some of the roof covers had blown off and it had been raining in there and everything was just penetrated with water. Like it was intense. The people all around us, like a tornado had come through the backyard. And it was the most fascinating thing because we literally had this tornado hole that just was like a swirly hole that the grass didn't even grow back normal. It grew back in a swirl. Like the craziest things of trees in trees and buildings in trees. Like I cannot, unless you have seen real severe hurricane damage, like Katrina type stuff, I'm completely unable to describe what it's like to watch your whole neighborhood, your whole town it's like everything just exploded and then landed right back kind of where it was. And it's one thing to experience trauma for yourself or your family. It's a different thing when your entire community is experiencing trauma at the same time. Like we were all just in shock of trying to figure out like, what on earth do you do? Like how do you rebuild from this? It took us 7 weeks to get water, 8 weeks to get power, and the silence after the storm is like so crazy. Like it's really crazy. Now, about 6 or 7 weeks after the hurricane, I'm feeling weird again. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Turns out I'm fucking pregnant a second time this year. Like I was so angry because the week we evacuated, guess who forgot to take his pills again? And I am so humiliated by this that I can't go back to the same clinic. And I had a great experience, but I can't go back because I'm like, who really gets 2 abortions in the same year? Like this is just irresponsible and I'm humiliated. So I find this other clinic in San Antonio and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go there instead. And I had discovered it when I was 6 weeks pregnant. So I'm like, I'm just going to go early and get this done. I go early and they like do the ultrasound and they're like, oh, we can't see the heartbeat yet. You're pregnant, but there's no heartbeat. So you're going to have to come back in 2 weeks. And I am losing my mind. I am taking every kind of herb under the sun, trying to give myself an abortion. I am drinking way too much because I'm like, I cannot mentally deal with this. Like, I just have to check out because I don't know how do you function in this? Like, we're living in someone else's house for free. Oh, we don't get FEMA money, or we get like $500 from FEMA. We get like $700 from Red Cross. We don't have the money to do anything. There's no jobs to get. Everything's just exploded. And like, we have nothing. And now I'm pregnant. And what? How do you even like fucking function? So I end up getting, a chemical abortion instead of the surgery that I had gotten the first time. It was so bad. I go to this clinic and it wasn't a Planned Parenthood. And that was my first mistake. I should have used Planned Parenthood because it was just better. But I go to this small clinic the second time, 2 weeks later. Now I'm 8 weeks pregnant, been losing my mind. And it was a group abortion. I did not know that was a thing. There was like 15 of us just lined up in a row with little teeny curtains that didn't even cover us. Like we're sitting there all together in a row and she's handing out pills to each one of us. And she's like, she walked in, the nurse practitioner, whoever it was that was giving us these pills. And she's like, have you ever just had a day where you just want to walk out? And we're just like, all of us in this row, we're like, we're already in trouble. We're trying to just get abortions. And now you're like unloading on us and giving us these pills. And it's like, a group abortion is fucking insane. I take my pills and I just start driving like the 5 hours home because that's what I needed to do. Like I needed to go back home. So I start bleeding and hemorrhaging and it takes like a week. Like it is not okay. I have to call them multiple times. I'm like, this is not okay. There's something wrong with me. And they're like, go to the emergency room. And I'm just raw dogging it and I'm toughing it out. And I'm bleeding like crazy. And everything must have turned out fine after spending about a week like hemorrhaging because I turned out okay. But in that process, Reed decides he's going to go get a vasectomy right then. Like, and he's also going back and forth between where we're staying in the condo and the hour drive up to Rockport to be cleaning out our place and like trying to get the trees out of trees because you have to work with people to get the big equipment to be able to clear your spot out. Like it's a lot. And so I don't even really have the time to be able to heal from this. And he's pushing me. He's just like, let's go, let's do this. And so I'm just sucking it up and doing it. And then he goes and gets his vasectomy. And of course, that's a way big deal for him. And he's got to sit with peas on his balls for fucking ever. And I just like check out. I'm like, I'm going to go chill at the beach. The condo was right on the beach. And I'm like, this is just what I need to do. And we're going to figure it out later. The hurricane happens in August of 2017. By the time we hit Thanksgiving, I'm like, I cannot keep just staying in this condo for free. Like we need to pay them rent. We need to do something. We need to get jobs. Like something needs to happen. And he's just like, no, we can stay here. We're just going to keep doing it and it'll be cleared. And we're still also not paying rent on the property. Like our RV is still there. So we're not paying any bills anywhere. And that just like eats at my conscience. I cannot like function like that where I'm just like freeloading off of everyone around me. It just bothers me. And so finally I was like, listen, if you want to stay here, you can. I'm buying hammocks and I'm going to go stay on the property that we're supposed to be paying for. And I'm going to figure my life out because I want to, one, be able to pay my bills. And two, we just got to do something with all of our shit. And it's like the only place that our son is like safe and healthy. So moving at this point really isn't an option because we don't have anywhere to move to. Oh, and then to make matters worse, because our RV was insured, that was why we got denied by FEMA and Red Cross. But because the trailer was an older trailer, they paid out a total of $7,000 for everything we owned. And they were like, well, if you want to keep the trailer, we'll knock it down to $5,000 and you can keep the trailer. And I'm like, I guess that's just what we need to do because I don't know where to move that our son's going to be healthy. And it just felt like home. Like we'd only been there for 9 months, but I didn't know what else to do. And really, I think I was just kind of going insane myself because having 2 pregnancies and 2 abortions and a hurricane all in 1 year, like that's a lot. That's a lot. And I just needed some concept of safety and security, and Reed was not giving that to me. And so it just seemed right to like use my little headlamp and go camp on our property and figure out how to get our life together. Only took a few more days before they decided, the kids were like, oh my God, we need to be my mom. We need to be helping her. She's doing this. So Reed decides to bring the kids and we all work through this together, trying to figure out how to rebuild life after this storm. And I am just completely lost. It was rough.